Hello everybody, this is Hirsch's Rock 427 from YouTube, and I'm just going to play a quick message I got from Dakota, and I'll explain why it's a bunch of BS, and why I'm going to be permanently leaving LCSD. Now, a lot of you are going to be wondering, wow, why is this? You'll see why. I think you can hear this pretty well. I'm just crank up the volume. Listen carefully. Okay, you heard that. So he's saying, I'm going to be demoted from Master Sergeant to Sergeant for lack of respect. Now, let's see here. One of the first things he told me was that when he's not in an LCSD patrol, he is a big goof. Now, a pre-game lobby is not in a game session. It's just what it says. You're not officially in a game. You're just setting up a game, waiting for people to join and ready up. Therefore, what is so bad about... Oops, I got to turn the TV back on. I shouldn't turn it off like this. What is so bad about people goofing around when they're not even in a game? You are being a hypocrite by demoting me. Not to mention, you're also pissing away your best video maker. Hey, if you want your clan to roll over and die over time because you can't post videos and people won't join, go right ahead. I really don't care. I'm either going to make my own police clan and obviously not be an idiot and not make capricious and unqualified decisions, like Dakota did, or I just might not even have one at all. I mean, I really don't care. I mean, as long as I just have fun with the friends I have online for GTA 4, it doesn't really matter how it happens for me. I mean, I could tell from the start that, you know, there was a few problems brewing with the clan, but after something like this, I really don't know what to say. Except that that was one of the most bull crap. First, I'm going to mute you. Then I'm going to remove you. Bye-bye. Wow, took a while to remove. Now, I'm going to give you some background of the situation. Now, the situation was Dakota and RJ invited us to a session, and most of us were thinking it'd be cops and crooks. Instead, it was team deathmatch. Why is this bad or strange? Because team deathmatch is not good for cops and crooks. Cops and crooks, you might as well just do it in cops and crooks, because the police get police uniforms, and the bad guys look like bad guys. Not to mention, the game will never end, provided you don't kill the boss. I think that's a lot easier than Team Deathmatch, because Team Deathmatch, there's so many teams and people can get confused, which is probably at the root of this conflict. And also, in Cops and Crooks, there's only two teams. You're either the police or you're not the police, and that's fine. And Team Deathmatch will eventually end because, you know, we do long patrols usually, so eventually someone's going to get enough kills and perhaps end the game. So why even run the risk? Just go to Cops and Crooks. What is the big deal? Or heck, even free mode. Why not free mode? That works too. Now, another thing that struck me as dumb is that Dakota was the only one in the game session, the pre-game lobby, sorry, it wasn't a session, it hadn't started. The pre-game lobby, he wasn't goofing around. You know, one guy named Suicidal, I don't know the next part of his gamer tag, but he was just switching teams, and I thought that was really funny. He was switching colors, it looked like I was watching a Skittles commercial. So I was laughing, saying, oh wow, Suicide doesn't know what to do. And that was fine, and then some of the kids were just goofing around with the teams, and I was laughing, saying, wow, why are we even doing this in Team Deathmatch? We should just do it in free mode or Cops and Crooks. I mean, why should we overcomplicate things? And then the coach started getting mad, saying that people should go on certain teams, and for some reason he wanted... I don't know what the big deal is about teams. You might as well just have more Cops than Crooks and do it in that, or do it in free mode. This is where the problem sets in. Because people weren't obeying his orders unconditionally, he saw red and got pissed, which is, quite frankly, hilarious, because he had no reason to be. This was his own fault for letting this go into a team deathmatch mode when it shouldn't have been. As chief, he should oversee this stuff much better, but except he didn't. So then people aren't going to the teams he wants, then he starts yelling and, you know, getting raging, much like an alcoholic. I've seen it before, it's quite funny. And he says, oh, I'm just going to back out of the session if you guys don't listen to me and go into the certain teams. And I told him, alright, well, you can PMS, it's fine, nobody's going to stop you. Yeah, I was sarcastic, but I didn't, of course, no one would take that seriously except him in that game session. And I don't know, he didn't say anything to me after that, but, you know, and the other kids would just keep goofing around. So then about 10 to 15 seconds later, he rage quit, and then the rest of us just burst out laughing. It was hilarious. I don't know where to begin. I couldn't stop laughing for like 2 or 3 minutes. That was how funny it was. So, and then I went to lunch with my family today from around 1 to 3:30. It was a lot of fun. Then I came back, and Richard was on, Dakota was not. So I talked to Richard, and he said that you might be getting demoted. I said, okay, that's fine. I can't imagine what I did wrong. I was just goofing around in the pregame lobby, and that isn't classified a game, so I don't know how the problem of that came to be. I said, hey, if he's gonna BS me and demote me for just going along and having fun, to hell with it. I'll just leave LCSD. You just lost a great member. Good job, dipshit leadership. Good job. You deserve an A+ for asshole. I rest my case.